because this is where St. Paul had lived and was born, and this is the well out of which he drank himself. As the visitors in our time are tasting the same water from the well, not far away from the Cleopatra Gate, where Cleopatra met with Marcus Antony in 41 BC. En route to Pergamon, we have this olive oil factory turned into a museum in our times. Olive oil processing has been a very important income for the people of this land, at least in the last 2,000 years. The Romans were using this kind of a screw, which is being used in our times to make the olive paste. The Acropolis in Pergamon and the entrance to the museum, where some important artifacts in Pergamon, today's Bergamo, are on exhibit. Beautiful mosaic floor and Hadrian's statue, a rooster, and a corner in the Turkish Oriental style with some Turkish carpets as well as kilims decorating the floors as well as the settees. With beautiful 19th century Pergamon carpet examples in this museum. Different designs basically out of red, which is madder root, blues out of the indigo plant, and geometric patterns were used by the Pergamon nomadic people. And the model of the Zeus temple, which was taken away from the Acropolis in the old days by the Germans, as we now climb up these steps to get into the ancient town of Pergamon for a short visit of the town. Step by step, as we go up to the top, we have this area where this wishing well is the ancient silo, which today is a place where people throw coins, and if the coin stands on that pillar, then their wishes will come true. The beautiful Trajan monument at the top, which has been recently restored, is where you have the fantastic view towards the sea, the Aegean Sea, 25 kilometers away, located on the hilltop of the Acropolis, the steepest hill and the steepest theater in the world, dating back to the 2nd century AD. And the substructure with the beautiful Roman arches still in good condition, and the theater right next to it. The Temple of Zeus is where the trees are, and now it happens to be in Berlin in the museum. The road to the Asklepios Hospital, once upon a time a major hospital. Today's visitors come into this tunnel of therapy in order to reach from the thermal pools in the old days in the direction of their hospital building. A corridor that extends some 80 meters with 12 holes at the top, reminding us of the 12 Greco-Roman gods, and the healing was coming from the above. This round hospital building, as we walk around it, is right next to the Temple of Asclepius, the god of healing in Roman period. It is a 2nd century AD structure is what we're looking for, and in the meantime, let us remember this hospital and this tunnel of therapy was used for at least 600 years, and this is the same holes from the top. As we make our way towards the bus, we have the symbol of Asclepius. Town of Bergamo, right next to the red courtyard with the Turkish carpets being displayed by the side. The red courtyard was also one of the 7 churches of Asia Minor. The bridge which is bringing us into Alianoi is an old Roman thermal settlement which is under excavation, where in the near vicinity of the ancient town of Alianoi they're building a dam, and if it's not properly handled, this town will be underwater very soon. This is inside the thermal spring. We still have hot water coming in the next room, which will be rather foggy by the time we look inside, and you can definitely feel this 40 degrees Celsius water as it's ready to go in for a dip in our times. The outside, which is still under excavation since 1992 with the old sewage system, and in the next 5 kilometers away from here is where the dam will be built. All that is needed, I understand, is a wall to separate it from the dam area. And that will cost something like $5 million to save the old thermal town, Roman town, Alianoi, which is kept underwater, unfortunately, full of mosaics. And it is such a shame to find that so much can only be done in our times, because Turkey is full of these ancient sites which really requires assistance. By the near town of Kırkağaç, we have the honeydew melons, and the near town of Izmir, Smyrna, from the Hilton Hotel in the vicinity of the old Agora, the marketplace, dating back to the 2nd century AD. This area will soon be revitalized, and all the substructure will come to being after this restoration work is over. In the near high hill of Kadife Kale, we have a magnificent view of the Izmir harbor, Turkey's major harbor for exportation. The Hilton and the other side, and the downtown of Izmir, ancient Smyrna, Church of Saint Polycarp, who was actually martyred in 156 AD. And in this fresco at the top, we can see him being martyred. They set him to fire, which didn't work. They stabbed him to death, as the Romans tortured the people of Smyrna in those years. Saint Polycarp was a very important saint in the region. From the Church of Saint Polycarp, where we have fantastic frescoes in the 17th century church, which has gone under restoration, the resurrection scene. We move on to the nearest town of Sardis, another one of the 7 churches of Revelation, in the 3rd century AD synagogue, the largest after the one in Jerusalem with the double lions. An overall look towards the gymnasium with the indoor pool, the old Roman high school dating back to the 2nd century AD, which was beautifully restored in 1970s with beautiful fluted columns. This is where Roman boys went to school between the ages of 6 to 16. In the town of Sardis, King Croesus, as rich as Croesus, the first money was minted in gold coins. So he became the richest man of all times. The first bank in the history of mankind is from this town of Sardis, not far from Smyrna,